so very good. Welcome to the Good GMs podcast. I'm E.E. Morris, and today's episode is Chaosium Con Air. And now here's Chuck and James.
Hello, everybody and everyone else. We are Good GMs podcast. You are here, and so that means you found us. So welcome. I'm James, and let's do this for practice. I'm James, and
I'm Chuckie T.
There you go. See, we get in the habit of doing it on time, right? Hi, I'm James, and
I'm Chuckie T.
There you go. That was good. We're getting better. So we are excited today because we have a very special guest on our show. His name is Chuckie T, and he's going to tell us. He's going to tell us all about his experience. He had a heck of an experience in Michigan recently, which a sentence you don't hear very often, but I'm sure.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it was excellent. For the last 5 years, Chaosium Inc. has been hosting in Ann Arbor, Michigan, the Chaosium Con.
Right. And Chaosium is the creators of Call of Cthulhu.
Can you do it?
I can't. Pendragon, Elf Quest? No, not Elf Quest. What's it
coming
called?
Soon.
Is it? Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
What's the one? They do have one though. Or is that
Rune
not out
Quest.
yet? Rune Quest. That's
Rune
the one.
Quest. Yeah.
And BP.
The basic role playing. Yes.
Yeah. BPR. Yeah.
Which my wife and I had an opportunity to sit down with a gentleman that put some stuff together. Absolutely fantastic. Very. I don't want to use the word very small. But like you go to Gen Con,
like intimate, right? Like it's
very
you feel like
intimate.
You have a chance to meet everybody.
That's the word. That's your
but not
word,
intimate.
Smith.
Like
well, hello.
No,
but exactly. It's a good size. It's a nice good size.
That's what she said.
Hello, we're gonna cut all that out.
I don't know.
No, we're not. We're not.
I don't know.
But yeah, you go to. I think there was like 450 this year.
What is that like?
For the attendees.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So it's a nice small size.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna see a lot of the same people. Mm-hmm. So you actually get to know people. You get to actually chit chat with people.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to meet the people in the industry.
You're gonna name drop some people here tonight.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My gosh. Rick Mites is usually there. Sadly, a lot of the people like Mike Mason, Paul Fricka, stuff like that. They weren't there. Seth Skorkowski was there. So that was awesome. Yep.
Yes. And if you want good GM advice, I mean,
he's the man.
Just stop listening to us.
Yes,
just
he's the man.
Go check out Seth.
Bridget Jeffries.
Right.
Was
also
was
a
there.
podcaster of great fame and value at the Miskatonic University podcast.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. They had.
And she's the community coordinator for Chaosium or something.
Yes.
Yeah. That's very cool.
And so she was there, and she was doing just absolutely fantastic because she's like a powder keg of just raw energy. Mm-hmm. And so it's hard. It's like you go around and she's actually a complete delight. Very good at getting
that's awesome
people around and just.
Well, I remember, was it 2 years ago? You sent me a video from when you were there, and it was her like egging me to listen to the podcast, and I hadn't started yet, and now I'm like caught up. So
yes,
and that's like 370 something episodes by now. I think they're like,
oh yeah.
So I don't know if I started at 0, but I definitely started.
I don't think I started so either. I think it was like, no, I went back as far as I could. Here we go.
Yeah, my finger got tired from scrolling.
Yeah.
Oh, so okay. For those watching, I will cut this otherwise, but for those watching, this is Sia, and apparently she just wants to be a part of the show. So
she is part of the show. She's your mascot. Congratulations.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So for us, because again, we're only a few hours away, like really short trip. So it's for us. That's awesome. It was really good. We brought one of the co-hosts to my other podcast, Savage Sessions RPG. Big Stompy Robot came with us.
Big Stompy Robot.
That's awesome. It was his first time running a game at a convention.
Yeah.
So
you know what? We should bring him on when we bring
Rainey.
We'll bring Rainey on and talk about how to run your first game.
Yeah. Well, things that, oh yes. Yeah. Things they're afraid of, but he had a delight.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it went really well for him.
Favorite game you played? Not that you ran. You can tell us about that as part of the.
I was only in one game.
You were only.
I was only in one game.
Oh, you ran like you played Stompy's.
Nope.
No.
There was another gentleman. That was he was doing BRP. It was a sci-fi, and he just basically, and it was open about it. He was amazing. He truly was. He was like the ice planet. And so he just flat out said, I'm just taking all these stereotypes, all these tropes. And like, it was funny because he was actually going through as he was doing the description, like into the game, and he was counting the tropes. And as the game was going on, he was keeping track of the tropes. I think he got up to like 20. It was really good. I never played BRP, so I was curious to see what the difference is between basic role playing and Call of Cthulhu. There was some stuff. I mean, I have the book and I've perused through it briefly, but that is something I think I want to go back and just, really start digging through it.
Nice.
It's really
cool. So this GM, this good GM that ran your game.
Oh yeah, he was good too.
What was something in particular that you thought was like, oh, I'm gonna steal that? Like that was a great way to do something, or was there something in particular that you would be like, as a GM, this is something I do, but it's worth learning from.
I'm a stickler when I go to conventions. Especially this, I'm paying to go to the convention. I might not be paying you to run a game, but I'm paying to be at this convention.
Of course.
So I have standards.
Oh, I see. I see.
Because I do. I'm sorry, I do.
No, so you're not. If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
Like, and I really do. And this guy hit those standards. He was there early. He was set up.
Even that is a good tip. That's a good GM tip. Be there early and be set up.
Oh yeah. Stompy had a table and the where he was set up. And the table next to the player showed up. The GM never showed up. He flaked out.
Come on.
Yeah. And so a couple of those players actually came to Stompy's table.
Good. So, and he was able to accommodate. See, that's great.
Oh, yes.
That's awesome. See, that's the thing, right? Like you said, you're paying to be there. You're not necessarily paying that GM to be there, but you expect like this is their time. Like you have only so much. Like you go to these things. Maybe you have a crappy job every other day of the year, and you take your time off, and this is your big vacation. You've spent money on a hotel. You've spent money on the convention, and one of your 4-hour chunks is just stolen from you.
You're not playing with your friends.
No.
Because like this guy, I am a complete stranger to this guy. I'm not one of your friends. I'm not something like this. Show up, please. Show up. Know the material. Not just the rules.
Yeah.
But know the rules. Know the story.
Don't spend half the session looking up the name of the character you forgot. Like,
just
be prepared.
You better be winging that.
Yeah,
because 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to know anyway.
Well, and as a good GM, let's be fair. As a good GM, it's okay to use your reference sheets and say, "Hold on, guys, I need to look something up." But this is a different thing. This is a show. This is the show.
Now, here's because you brought that up. So this guy, apparently,
I don't know what that sound was.
I'm trying to think how much I could tell here.
Okay, but yeah.
So he has laptop. He has laptop.
Can't say anything nice.
Right? No, it was good. No, it was really good. It was honest. It was really cool. So he has laptop, and then he had an attachment to it where you just set it behind the laptop, and it has 2 extra monitors that fold out from the center. Really cool. It's like, oh my gosh.
I've seen that, and it kind of looks like a GM screen, doesn't it?
I really did. I was like, what? He's like, oh no, I got this to work. It's like, hello.
I've seen those,
but he was apologizing about it. It takes up too much space. It's like, no, we were all like, no, that's amazing. But how you said reference. So he would tell us, I have the story in the center. I have stat blocks on my right. And then I have extra notes on my left. So I can just type in quick hyperlinks and go to wherever I need to go.
Yeah.
And it's like
smart.
Yeah.
Using technology. And yeah, that
He's
could be a
on
whole episode, right? Like I've got Kenka, which is my campaign organizer, and if anyone were to go in and look through my Kenka, I would be locked up for how, like, this guy's too obsessive for something that's supposed to be a game. But I love it. It's fun. I like doing that.
Yeah.
It's like we talked about prep, and I'm not prepped. I don't prep so much for the session because I've prepped for the world.
Right.
I can wing the session, but in this case, this is the session. Like when you go to, and I'm gonna tell you something honestly. I have never been to a physical convention in my life.
This would be a good one for you to go to.
Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, I would love to go. There's one in Toronto that happens called Breakout Con. I'd like to check out. I'd like to go. I mean, have I gone? I think I maybe went to something that was they called a convention, but it was just like people selling some. Like I went to a comic book convention that wasn't really a comic book convention, but that's not what we're talking about.
Right.
But as far as a gaming convention, I've only ever been to one online, and it was Chupacabra Con, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. And I wanted to be there so badly in person to go meet Ed and meet Preston and meet all these people that were there. That like I played all kinds of games. I played the G.I. Joe game, the Savage Worlds like G.I. Joe stuff. But I love that's the thing. That's why I want to do it, is because I want to try everything. Right?
And I'll tell you right now, because you typically game in person much more than I do.
I like to, but it's hard.
Exactly. Because the energy is different. And because when I'm there, I ran the game Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And we'll get to that. I want to get to that.
Right.
I just want to,
so for what the one game that I was in, he knew his stuff.
That's great.
He knew his stuff. He had a very good idea of
do you remember his name? You want to call it out, or in case he ever listens?
Enter GM name here. We'll find that later. For the life of me, I do not remember.
Well, if we can find it, we'll throw it in the show notes.
Yes,
for him.
absolutely.
And again, thanks for running that game for my friend Chuckie.
Oh yes, thank you very much. No, because the other thing is, my wife doesn't game all the time, and so she's always nervous about sitting at the table, and she's always nervous about making a mistake.
So I'm sorry, I gotta jump in because your wife came with you, which is awesome.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And but I saw a photo of you two, and you were dressed like a Boy Scout and a Girl Scout or something.
Yeah,
was that for a game that you were? I thought for sure you guys were like we had signed up to play like
they tried usually
Boy Scouts murder story or something.
Well, depends where you want to go with that. They usually Chaosium Con usually tries to have a theme.
Oh, I get it. Okay,
because on Thursday night they have this mixer that they do.
Oh, fun.
Yes, really cool. So you get to go up, you dial yourself up, and you go for like the theme and stuff like that, or just whatever. Who cares? And so this year is because they had Campfire Tales. It's a brand new source book coming out, focusing on Boy Scouts or scouting
for PPR?
for Call of Cthulhu.
Call of Cthulhu.
For Call of Cthulhu. Yeah,
see,
right.
I want to avoid children and Call of Cthulhu, I think, personally, but
the game handles that.
Okay, good.
And a lot of it, what I was hearing about,
ETU, like middle school and kids on bikes and all those.
Yes.
I understand, but Call of Cthulhu should be about terror and death and like sanity, and I don't want to traumatize children when I'm the GM.
Well, and from what I understand, the book goes into pretty good.
That's awesome.
No, here we go. Here's the new box. Here's the new box on how to do this, so you're not a monster.
Yeah,
as a person, you're not a monster.
Yeah, here's how to
right. And
here's how we mitigate the
yes. I heard that a lot. I heard that a lot. They have several seminars going on all weekend, and so you'll have guys like Rick Mites and
so you said the name. He's what's his position? He's like somebody within Chaosium.
I believe he's art coordinator
cool.
or creative director or something like that. I know I believe in the States he's one of the head honchos.
Oh, okay.
Here.
Gotcha.
So he's
gotcha.
Oh yeah.
So did you take any good seminars on how to be a gooder GM?
Gooder.
Or
I love it.
well, yes. If you can't be great, be
no,
good.
Sadly I did not, because when I was running mine is
Right.
when they were having these discussions.
Right.
But Clarissa, my wife, and Big
Yep.
Stompy went, and they sat in on armchair, which you will thank me later for not sitting in on, because it was specifically revolving around Nyarlathotep.
Ooh, thank you for not sitting in on that one.
Yep. But they were talking a lot about that. About, hey, these are some tips and tricks that apply not just to Nyarlathotep, but to games and campaigns in general.
And for the listener, just in case this is the first time you're hearing this, I'm running Nyarlathotep on the Void Ledger podcast for Chuck, so I'd rather he didn't know the big story.
I would rather not know.
Yeah, no, of course, because it's fun, right? Like it's
right. To me, it's not spoiler central. It's like, no, I want to learn this stuff as we go. The other one I sat in on, Bridget Jeffries, and I believe her name is Maeve. And Maeve is a multi-platinum award winner on Drive-Thru, and she's got 20 stories that she has published on there. Yeah. And so her Bridget and Maeve were both going through on how to successfully publish through Drive-Thru RPG. And that was a really good conversation, because they didn't hold back. They're like, look, this is the honest truth. These are the things you need to look at and be aware of. And things
anything you can share, like any,
if you publish something, the biggest thing was it's never perfect. It's just done. Get it to the point where it's done. Yeah, put it on, because even if it gets done, they made a very good point of pointing out that you can go back and you can make revisions and then just repost it. So, as people are giving you those feedback, I mean, don't put up garbage.
No.
But,
put it. Get to the point where remember, if you can't be great, be good. Right. Put it out when you're happy with it, but you're never going to be happy with it. So just put it out. Yeah.
Get it out there. And then as people are saying, "Oh, hey, by the way, did you see this?" If it's that big of a deal to you and you want, go in and fix it up.
Yeah.
And that was that was a real big thing. Pay what you want. Oofda. There's no fans of that in there. They're like, no, never do pay what you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're like, no, your time is valuable.
Right.
You have value. And if you put pay what you want, 9 times out of 10, 0.
Oh, yeah.
And so they say, no, even if it's 25
I'm guilty of
cents.
that. I'm guilty of that. If I see something that looks interesting, that's pay what you want, I'm like, well, there you go. Free samples.
Thank you.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there too. I've done it. I mean, try not to.
Maybe when Good GMs podcast starts, pulling bank, I can go back and give them some money. But for now,
back. Hey, P.S. 2 years ago, I bought this. Here you go. Ching.
Yeah.
Play it forward,
and let's not forget, we have a Patreon too, and we've got at least five members at this moment of recording, and which is pre-launch of our actual show, but so far it's all free members, and you're all welcome to become free members if you want the info. So, but also you can also give us,
come on in,
join us.
Help us buy a cup of coffee.
Let your name be heard in the voice of E.E. Morris as a list of recent Patreon supporters.
Yes, absolutely. So
let's tell us. Okay, so you ran The Haunting.
Yes. For the last 4 years.
Yes.
That is what I've been running. Well,
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing about you.
Right. When my wife and I first went, it was like, because it's right there. It's Ann Arbor. It's right there. Like the zing, straight shot. We're there.
Well, and that is the story, right? Like that's the one you get for free with the Kickstarter. That is the notorious.
No, it's
story.
not a Kickstarter. It's just right.
Or not Kickstarter, not Kickstarter. A Quick Start. I meant to say, like it's the
Quick Start. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like, and it's the first one they published for Call of Cthulhu.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear to you, because my wife is the one who puts our itinerary together, because I can't be trusted to do that.
There you go.
No, because she got mad at me. She got mad at me, and she was like, "Why do we have 12 things to do in one day?" oh, did I do that? You never do this again. I'm like, okay, I love you. And so she's real good at streamlining it and making sure that, oh, P.S.
Well, I'll get her. I'll send her when I'm coming next year, hopefully, depending on
oh, yeah, no, trust
political
me.
outcomes.
She gets it all lined up. Like, ding, 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 ding. Here we go.
I'll send her. I'll get her to do my itinerary too. Then,
yeah, because she's good at it.
Yeah.
Well, we were driving home afterwards because all we signed up for.
She's obviously a saint if she's with you, sir.
That's also true. That's also true. It really is. But she, on the drive home, because all we signed up for were seminars because we didn't know what to expect. You know, like, you know, there was that initial beware, you know, because small con, you know, and I'm thinking, oh, well, you know what? It'll get us out for the weekend.
Spell it out. What were you afraid of?
Temu, you know, because I'm used to going to like Gen Con and all this like big boom bang and all this stuff.
So, and I know what Temu is, but what do you mean? You're going to get garbage games? You're going to get like
I thought off brand. Okay, I really did.
Oh, you're talking the first year. You're just talking about the first year. Time. Yeah,
first year. Because I didn't appreciate the value of only, you know, something less than 1,000 people. I didn't appreciate the value of that.
Well, and also something specific for one creator. Like Gen Con is for every RPG under the sun, right? Whereas
this is specifically
Chaosium Con is specifically Chaosium.
Yes, niche, hard.
Like you're not going to go run a Savage Worlds game there. You're not going to.
No, that is frowned upon.
Even though Chaosium allowed licensing for their stuff in the horror companion.
The horror companion. Oh yeah, no, they do collaborate with each other. That's really cool.
Yeah.
But on the drive home from the first year, I asked my wife. I said, "In the games, did anyone run the haunting?" And she was like, "The what?" I'm like, "The haunting. It's like one of the first ones they ever wrote for Call of Cthulhu." And
first one I ever ran.
And she's like, "No, I at that point I had never run it."
Mm.
You know,
I was in a game and I wanted to do something different for my group for Halloween, so I found the haunting and ran the haunting, and that's when we stopped playing the campaign and started playing Mask and Iron Lithotap, right? So a different group, but yeah.
And so that for me, I was like, wow, that's sad. Mm. You know what? I'm gonna be that guy. Mm. And of course, the second year, I wasn't just that guy. Apparently, other people may have noticed, and I think it was me and like 3 other people were all running the haunting. Of course, I'm better, but anyway, moving on.
Well, yeah. Well, and I think you and I would have fun dueling hauntings because having played your haunting, I want to run it for you now because you and me have a very different style.
Oh, yes.
Of running it, and I think maybe let's make that Patreon exclusive.
Oh, that could be fun. That could be fun.
We'll each run the hunting for our patrons, and they can.
And vote. So for every year that I ran it, oh boy,
I'm kidding. They can not vote. They can tell us what they liked about it.
I mean, hey, you know what? I would win, but it's okay. You know, we're not here to talk about that.
You're a fun keeper. I'm the punishment keeper. So
what? No, I abuse my players a lot because they want it. They tell me that.
There you go.
Oh, but so for every year, for the last 4 years, I've been running the haunting.
Yeah. And
every year I try to up it in some way. You know, the props I'm bringing, you know, things like that.
That's awesome.
Stompy sat in on someone else that was running the haunting because he's like you. He's like, you know, yeah, I've sat in a lot of yours. I want to see what somebody else does.
Right.
And I was like, okay.
He was disappointed, I bet.
Yes.
If you can't say anything nice.
Right? Just yes. We'll leave it at yes. He was not, because again, how I described the first GM, the first good GM, it was like this individual showed up, signed up, because if you sign up and volunteer for 12 hours of your time, however you want to divide it up, you don't have to pay for the badge.
Right.
So it's okay. And
so that's just 3 games over 4 or 5 days?
Yes.
Yeah.
For the weekend, it's just one game a day. That's it.
Yeah.
And you can go in, schedule it. For the most part, bing, 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 here we go.
Yeah.
Sound like this guy was just there for the badge. Right? So
no, that's not fair.
No. So when we're talking about good GMs, bad GMs.
Yeah.
It's like
so next year, our listeners are going to be going to Chaosium Con and filling your tables, right? Because you're going to do it again next year.
Oh yes. Yeah. I'm toying with the idea of actually, instead of running it in 1920, running it set in 2025, modernize the whole thing.
Love it. That'd be fun. That'd be a good twist. And I think what we'll do for sure is, I would like to have an episode specifically devoted to running cons, and maybe see if we can get a guest to have someone in mind.
Oh yeah.
So I don't want to dwell too long. I don't want to spend too much longer going about but your props, you brought handouts. They're good looking maps. I've seen pictures. You laminated them. Like, you've spent money and time making these look amazing.
Yeah. Go big or go home.
Well, that's it. It's a show.
Yes.
Like,
and that's just it.
I've never been to a con.
Show. It is a show.
I have never been to a con, but I have two con games prepped and ready to go, and a third one in mind. And I have Scooby-Doo and Cthulhu 2, which is again Savage Worlds, but I have the little minis, I have maps, I have the character sheets, the handouts. I have a book that I give them that's like that's got the ritual to like stop the end of the world. Or rather to. It's not really the end of the world, because maybe it's Old Man Jenkins. You don't know until the end. It's fish people. Anyway, and the other one that I have is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles story where you play the turtles, and I have like the maps are in pizza boxes. The character sheets are in pizza boxes. You have your character sheet. You open up the pizza box. There's your character sheet, and there's a dice tray for you to roll into.
Yes.
I even had it for one time. I ran it at my local gaming club, where I had the different colored masks that people could wear.
Nice.
So that they could pretend to be like the turtles. It's a show,
right? It's a show.
Fun,
Yeah. And I'll tell you right now, people remember that.
Exactly.
People remember that. Stompy got complimented several times on his game, and all he was running was the story "What's in the Cellar."
Right. Also, a free. You can download it right now online. I know I have, because it's supposed to be like a 1 hour game, which I think he's obviously stretched out to a 4 hour.
Oh
game.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he got to like 2.5 hours.
Oh, okay.
On his stuff, but again, the players, they had a good time. They had a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah, that's a good. And it's a good story.
When they got done, they will say he didn't get that it. They were like, "Oh, we're done! Wow! Oh my God! Hey, I got time to go do this, or I got time to go do that." And so no one cried that it was too short.
Right?
No one did that.
Well, it's funny because
they had a good time and they got to go do stuff.
If it's satisfying, it's fine. If it's too long, it can be more frustrating. But we'll talk about con games too. But when I ran at that online game, I ran that Scooby-Doo Cthulhu game, and we got right to the very end, at the end of the ritual, and then like right at the time's up thing, it was like the final roll. The final roll for the ritual failed, and if you fail a roll in a dramatic task in a Savage Worlds game, that's the worst can happen. And when you're trying to stop a Shoggoth from coming and devouring all of Innsmouth, that's the end of the world. And so I basically said, okay, time's up, guys. Sorry. And they're like, no, that's fine. This was so much fun. I said, okay, last round around the table. Tell me what happens to each of your characters.
Yes.
And I think like, I don't remember everybody, but I remember for sure Shaggy got, we'll say, assaulted to death by fishmen. Fred got stabbed. Daphne was funny. She was fighting off fishmen like left and right, and like a tentacle just came up, like it didn't even know she was there, and crushed her. And that's and then the last and the best one was Velma, who lost her glasses and then was feeling around and found her glasses, put them on, saw the Shoggoth,
done,
took off her glasses and stabbed out her own eyes.
Yes.
So
yeah, like well, I can tell you right now,
you guys win that game.
I can tell you right now, because I know you, and you understand both systems very well.
Mm-hmm.
So I already know you could easily convert that to Call of Cthulhu.
Oh, for sure I could.
Right now.
And run it next year.
Bring that with you, and you'll have full tables all 3 days.
Oh yeah,
guaranteed.
Oh yeah, how much fun would it be to make Shaggy and Scooby and Velma and all them? And
yeah, hands down, easy.
Yeah.
Easy. And yes. And the energy is just so different. But all in all, I think a lot of the really good things is who did I meet? My God, I'm terrible with names. Why do you do this to me? I think he was the VP. I think.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Oh my
I
God,
can
because I
Google
talked
it
to him
for you if
twice,
you
so
want.
I feel bad. You might have to edit this out.
Oh,
But
yeah.
anyway, no, because his wife stopped me,
Oh, okay.
and I didn't know who she was. I had no idea who she was. I thought she was
Okay.
just another attendee, and she's got this great German accent. I believe it's German. I hope it's German.
Okay.
And she was just like, "Oh, look at this! This is so good." Because I have a wagon, because I have those big posters, and I
right,
learned very early on that it's very difficult to carry those around, plus all the other gear.
Right.
And she's like, so she stopped me, and she's like, "Oh, this is so nice, so nice, it's so good. Oh, I love this." And I'm like, "Oh, hey, hi, yeah, I'm Chuck. Friends call me Chuckie." And she's like, "Oh, this is so nice." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm running the haunting. Are you playing or are you gaming?" Like, I don't know who she is, not a clue. And she doesn't even look at me. She's just still going through the posters, checking them out and looking at stuff. And she's like, "Oh, this is so nice." And she just very casually says, "Oh, I'm running. I am running. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
26 players, a few tables. Yeah. Okay, you saw that look? That look on your face you just did?
That's you.
I know I did that too. And I was like,
Woo.
holy crap, that's hardcore.
Yeah.
And she laughed, and she's like, Jeff, you come here. You look at this. This is so good, so good. And her hubby comes over. Again, I don't know who this guy is. If I've seen him before, I don't remember who he is. I'm like, okay.
Sure. Yeah.
And he comes by, and I'm just like, tell him, he's looking at the poster, and she's all like, "This is so cool." I'm like,
And this is your maps and stuff? Like, this
yeah,
is your,
because I have all the maps.
Right.
And and he's like, "Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool." And I'm like, "Yeah, because now we're buddies. So now I'm leaning in, and I'm like, "Yeah, the deals to have," because I had Matt, their cartographer for the company. I had him sign I have to explain who he is to this guy, which
right,
okay.
He knows the guy.
Yep,
lunch with him.
he employs him, so it's like okay again, yep. And I was like, "Oh, so I'm gonna have Matt. That's the deal. I'm gonna get Matt to sign one of these for me." Yeah, I just don't want to look like an a-hole and have him pick the wrong. Me give him the wrong map. The guy doesn't even break stride. He steps forward. He's got a drink in one hand. The other hand, he just starts grabbing the maps. He goes, "Yep, Matt did this one, not that one, and he did that one and that one." Yeah, Matt'll do that. He'd love to. Just find him. He'll do it for you. And then he says, "Hi, I'm Jeff." My gosh, I forgot the guy's last name because I'm a good person. I'm the VP of this, and I'm like, "Oh, are you? Hi."
Hi.
So yeah. But that's the level. Yeah. That's the level of engagement.
You probably don't get that at a 12,000
no,
or whatever.
You won't even come close to that.
No.
Unless you know someone, you won't come close to this. But you can go down in the lobby, and there's Seth Skorkowski,
and you can just
having a drink.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, I love this, and it's a great community overall. Like,
that's
our
the other thing. Yes.
Our episode that we last recorded, where I just happened to be friends with two guys who are like the designers of one of our favorite game settings in the whole wide world.
That's amazing.
But they're just people. They're nice guys. Like, they're teachers and whatever. Like, they're just people with jobs. And then they come to these events and they get treated like royalty,
celebrities,
which is great.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're just like you and I, man. Like, they're just dudes. Like, they're
and it's so hard to forget that sometimes.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, you put these people on pedestals,
right?
Because they are doing the awesome thing.
Well, like you found out last week,
yes.
When we were talking to those guys, and it was just like, they're good dudes.
They are very good dudes.
They were just as excited to be asked to be interviewed as we were to have them on the show. A couple of years ago for Halloween, we had Carl Kiesler. I just messaged him saying, "Would you send a video to me wishing us a happy Halloween for our game?" And he was like, "Of course I will." He did it. And I was like, I put that I was like, "Guys, before we start our game, I want to play this for you." And you guys were like,
We lost our minds.
Damn!
We lost our minds.
But he's just a really nice guy. He just he happens to also be the designer behind some really cool stuff.
A lot
right?
of really cool stuff, right? Well, no, because
Yeah.
the other thing is, it's not just the designers. It's actually it's also the player community is really cool too. Big Stomp and I were demoing a pirate game, a ship-to-ship combat game that these guys, the gentleman from Pine Box Entertainment, the ones who did the Doomtown, they're usually there because because they do the card game 7 Seas, and that's the other one,
right? That's another
does.
Chaosium game, yeah.
Not bad system, by the way.
No, that sounds like fun. I would love to. About that. I would love to run I think a pirate campaign, even a short one, would be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, but a gentleman came up to me because he saw the posters and he saw the Call of Cthulhu book was sitting on top of everything that I just tossed into the wagon because I'm disorganized. Cut that out. Anyway, but he came up and he's like, "Hey, I hate to ask you this, but do you have some extra character sheets? Because I got a game in like a couple of hours. I'm going to go to a game right now, but I'm running a game in a couple of hours, and I left everything at home, and I don't want to drive home." And I was like, I don't have extras, but Stompy had made extras.
Oh, nice.
And so we were able to go to a room, get the extras, go back down. And he said, I'm in Salon 7 or Salon 5 or something. Go down, find him, give him the papers. And then Sunday before we were leaving, the guy was outside having a cigarette, and we got to see how it went and talk to him for a while.
Yeah, you got the whole story, right? Like you felt like you were part of that. Yeah. That's awesome. That's
awesome.
Well,
it was good.
We probably could go on about this for a long time.
A really long time, yes.
But we already have.
And I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
And yes.
Chaosium Con in April in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
In Ann Arbor, Michigan.
And like I said, depending on political climate at the time, I may cross the border down into the US and finally have a big hug from Chuck.
Yes.
I imagine it's incredible.
Oh, I'm a great hugger, baby.
And at a $25 Patreon level, you can have a Chuck hug too. I'm kidding. That's not a promise or a guarantee.
It's 50. But anyway.
but you have to go to him. Yeah, he's not coming to you.
Highly recommend. You got Gen Con for the big baboom. Mm-hmm. You got Origins for that beautiful adrenaline and small. And then you got Chaosium Con for that niche, intimate. Here we go.
I know of Genghis Khan. I know of Chupacabra Con. I know Necronomicon. There's so many good cons that I would love to go to someday. And maybe in the near future we'll be promoting the pod on going to these conventions as like guests and
heck yeah,
running games for our fans and our friends and our new colleagues.
Patreon members. Hell yeah.
All right. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for telling your story, Chuck. I'm glad you got to have such a great weekend.
It was good. It was worth it.
And I look forward to next week's episode, whatever that's going to be.
Oh, it's going to be a good one. Tune in, kids.
Yeah. All right. Take care. Be good.
And as always.
If you can't be great, be good.
I like that.
Practice makes gooder.
Makes gooder. That's awesome.
Good.
Thank you for watching. If you like or dislike what you heard, let us know. If you want to suggest an idea for an episode, ask the host a question, or just tell Chuck and James what you really think of them. Join our communities at patreon.com/Good GMs Podcast, or find us on the usual social media platforms. For now, I'm E.E. Morris, and you're all good GMs.